Personal data collection is the key commodity. You are no longer an individual. You are a data cluster bound to a vast global network. Last year, the average American cast a digital shadow of over 2.3 gigabytes. What does that represent? Of course, there are credit cards, medical records, and reading habits, but a CTOS includes much more. Massive data silos track and sort every moment of your digital life, revealing how you think and what you believe. That information could be turned against you, not just to sell products, but to influence your worldviews. CTOS directly links your personal information to the physical systems you use every day, essentially providing a direct line to your bedroom laptop. Because all data is interconnected, from Nigerian email scams to hardcore pornography, online shopping to emergency services, it's all part of the same network. 10 years ago, one man shut down the entire Northeast from a central control room. Today, everything can be hacked. No one knows what part of the system will be exploited, but everyone agrees the next assault will do more than just turn out the lights.
You've heard about the controversies within the bill, the process about the bill, one or the other items, but I don't know if you have heard that it is a legislation for the future. Not just about health care for America, but about a healthier America, where preventive care is not something that you have to pay a deductible for or out of pocket. That prevention is about diet, not diabetes. It's going to be very, very exciting. But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it, away from the fog of the controversy.
The yeas are 220, the nays are 215. The bill is passed.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that.
We start with one of the great days in this country's history. Today, the United States Supreme Court, led by the Chief Justice himself, decided that President Barack Obama's Health Care Act squares with the American Constitution.
And the most powerful computer in the world isn't nearly as intuitive as the one we're born with. So there's this enormous mystery waiting to be unlocked. And the BRAIN Initiative will change that by giving scientists the tools they need to get a dynamic picture of the brain in action and better understand how we think and how we learn and how we remember. And that knowledge will be transformative. In the budget I will send to Congress next week, I will propose a significant investment by the National Institutes of Health, DARPA,
and still be performing. And what he did is he founded a company and they started making electronic tattoos. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Do we have a camera to get a...
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication.
Just about every U.S. military vehicle in Iraq has GPS or another type of electronic tracking device so their commanders can monitor them. It's called Blue Force tracking. Some law enforcement units back home have experimented with chips that give physical data about officers but don't have tracking signals. U.S. military officials say soldiers and Marines in most regular combat units in Iraq, like the Missing Soldiers Division, are not outfitted with tracking devices. One reason? The danger involved if a soldier carrying one gets captured.
that provides certain options for the adversary. If he knows that this is a tracker and somebody's going to come back and get this tracker because they think it's associated with a human being, they have the ability to set up an ambush for whatever unit's going to come back and try and find this unit.
One option, placing a tracking microchip under a service member's skin. Former U.S. Special Operations officers tell us they believe that's being developed. Current military officials won't comment on that, Wolf.
Okay, we're at Walmart and we're looking at the new Solo Health Station. What's really unique about it is look at the scanner.
Show them that it's at your knee level.
Knee level.
For hand.
For your hand, where you can swipe your hand with the RFID chip. The questions it shouldn't really have.
The Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, was passed in 2010, and the law makes health insurance available to more people with the hope that they will be able to get the care they need.
Hi, I'm Janet Napolitano, Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security begins with hometown security. That's why I'm pleased that Walmart is helping to make our communities more safe and secure.
Walmart's, as many as a dozen in some cities. There is a reason for that Walmart will be converted over to camps. People have been asking me this question: why is there so many Walmarts in the cities? You know, why are they building all these new Walmarts and nobody got no money? There's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for that. Walmart will be converted over to camps, equal FEMA camps. If you cannot see this, then you are obviously mad blind and you are in total denial. We showcased this 3.5 years ago. We sure did. We did films on it too. Nevertheless, everything has a stage, and thus far, we are in the 7th stage. The reason there's so many Walmarts being built, because Walmart is going to be converted over to camps. Now, some of you guys who's been really doing your research and understand how this thing is stigmata and understand it, you're going to get it. Some of you all, it's going to be left field to you. You're going to be like, no, this brother reaching. We're not reaching, man. We're telling you straight. What makes Walmart such a great camp? Think about it. When you go in a Walmart warehouse, as well as a Sam's, there's literally no windows. I mean, seriously, let's walk through for a second. When you go to a Walmart, there's no windows. It's already set up like a detention center. If you move all the goods out the center floor, and I've seen Walmart be built from the ground up, and basically I've seen Walmart strip everything down. All you have to do is move all the clothing off the floor, and everything is on wheels. Now, the reason for this, now check this. Now, if you notice, most Walmarts, when you go into the back, what do you see? It's usually gated. It's a lot of fence, and it's gated. Now, they'll tell you they're using that because they don't want the people to steal the lumber, which is maybe truth. But that's also could be a deportation center to bring prisoners in because it's set up just like that. You know, I don't know if y'all noticed that. If you go on the side of Walmart, certain sides of Walmart, they have that log-in, you know, all the logs and all that stuff where all the seasonal planting gardens, they have it chained in and sometimes gated in. Okay, Walmart's already set up for detention. If you move all the goods out the middle of the floor, get rid of the toys, and you can shut that food down because a lot of, if you notice, when you go in Walmart and you look at the food, look at those food that's in the middle of the counters, like the freezer that's like the defrost, and they sit in the middle of the floors. Those can be rolled out, you know, but they wouldn't even let you go that far. Walmart can actually be divided. You know what I mean? They can actually put borders inside of the Walmart store. I'm talking, when I say borders, I mean fence. They can actually fence that part off and leave that for like whatever kind of center. They can leave that for the slop house where you can eat. You know, I don't know. I'm just making a point where they can put a gate up and totally block that part off. If you block the super center where they get the food at and just leave all the rest of Walmart open, it still would be a detention. It's set up already. Right? And all they would do is put fences in and put in alphabetical order stomp yards, meaning beds, A, B, C, D, F, G, Nora dorm, boy dorm, Edward dorm. You know, everything is alphabetical, and they name things off like that. Okay? Now, to to be right on point with what I'm saying, this is what they did in Denver, Colorado. They took an old warehouse that was not being used, and it's used today as a camp. Take down equal American citizens. There's a reason for that. See, and what do people do when they're in despair and can't make it? They want a solution. It's called the mark. And if you take that mark...
Test of emergency alert system capabilities. This test message has been initiated by National Alert and Warning Authorities in coordination with emergency alert system participants, including broadcast, cable, satellite, and wireline participants in your area. Had this been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by emergency information, news, or instructions. This is only a test. We now return you to regular programming.
It sounds simple, but stupid niggas won't understand it until the mark of the beast has your face branded, nigga. I'm blaming on the government and say it on the radio. And if you don't all